What's up, friends? What's up? Y'all know it. What's up? Come on. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome back to the space. I am your host, Sonya, and it is a pleasure, an absolute pleasure to be with you on what Saturday? The second Saturday of August. Can you believe that we're already in the month of August? I know, right? It is crazy. But tonight we are talking about fierce focus. We are going to eliminate scope creep. Now say scope creep fast 12 times.
Scope creep.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to do it. I should have said 3 times and not 12 times, but you know what I mean? But look, friends, whenever you decide to level up, expand your business, if you're writing a book, if you're, I don't know, if you want to be the best person on your block that has yard sales and the best product at the yard sales, whatever it is, okay? Whenever you are ready to do something new and you know that God has placed it in you, you know that you have received such good knowledge and such good wisdom about what you're going to do, have you noticed that everyone has an opinion? Everyone has an opinion. It's not even like we asked for the opinion, but everybody has an opinion, and we have to learn how to steer our ships regardless of the noise. So tonight, we are talking about how to develop a laser sharp, unapologetic focus that locks onto the target and completely mutes the crowd. Y'all ready to get into it? Let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and spill the tea. And you know, I like to spill the tea when I'm alone on myself. Okay. I have been working insane hours. Insane hours. And honestly, between all of our deadlines that I have at work, trying to still do the very, very small amount of clients that I have in my accounting firm, and making sure that I'm responding to my students and making sure the home front is solid, because y'all know that's my first ministry, huh? I tell you all the time about those titles, mom and wife, okay? Wife and mom. Those are my favorite 2 titles. But just trying to do all of those things and having such a packed schedule has been draining. And I had a moment this week where I had to sit back and actually try to catch my breath, because I realized that if I wasn't careful, I could fall into that trap of doing too much simply because I have the capacity to handle it. And I've been talking to you all about boundaries, about your performance review. Remember, you had a performance review just 2 weeks ago, and I have been trying to implement those things as well. And just because I can carry it doesn't mean that I should. And it definitely doesn't mean that I should do it at the same time. And even expanding the show and trying to be prepared for the naysayers, I had people in my ear. And some of them were well-minded people. Some of them were friends. You know, some of them were family. Are you sure you want to change the direction of your show? Are you sure you want to just change the name? This is not something that's consistent. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? And I just had to get fierce. Y'all already know how I feel. I had to just kind of say, listen, if I spent as much time managing other people's comfort levels and overthinking what I am supposed to be doing, that I know God said I was supposed to be doing, then I would never expand anything. I would never expand anything. If I kept saying yes to the small things, and we talked about this in the past, just taking that one too many yeses, or, oh yeah, I can just fit this in, it slows down my execution. Okay, so let's go ahead and just go into our deep dive today. Let's look at this through a strategic lens. In product management and in business execution, we talk about scope creep. And I know that was what I was trying to say fast. And I was practicing, you know, because I write my script and I practice. Yes, y'all, you gotta practice, okay? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. But scope creep is actually when a project starts taking on extra features, extra goals, outside opinions, everything that deviates from the original blueprint that they had. That is what scope creep is. little noises, little distractions. And then suddenly you look down at your timeline, and when you said that it was going to be done by October, all of that is ruined because you were trying to accommodate too much fluff. You were trying to accommodate the extras. You were trying to fit in the people that were close to you because their opinions really mattered. You let other people's emergencies, requirements, and projections actually creep into your scope. That is what a scope creep is. That is what scope creeping is, okay? You allowed those distractions to take over, and now something that was supposed to be done, like I said in October, is now like, okay, actually, we're going to get this done in 2027. We're not even going to be able to finish the project, okay? Because I done added all these extras, but that is why I'm talking about fierce focus, because that fierce focus means that you protect your boundaries like a gated community. I know we out here living in gated communities. Pick me. You know, you got to have a code to get in. You got to have the right kind of access, okay? And you don't get in unless I give you the code or unless I let you in, huh? You got to call me for me to open up that gate. It means that you understand that a small yes to someone else's distraction is a direct and immediate no to your own destiny. Period. Point blank. So stop spending your limited attention on things that don't yield a return on your purpose. Stop spending your limited attention on things that don't yield a return on your purpose. Oh, okay. I'm making sure we following. Look, we trekking good tonight. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for our strategy sip. You know, I deal in strategies, and today is that good Red Bull. So go ahead and get your sip. Let's take our sip. Oh my goodness. That was really good, y'all. We're going to take one more sip. It's about the little crunches of ice in there, and I didn't crunch for y'all today. You know, I made a burp, excuse me. That's that acid. But my husband said, don't be crunching in my microphone. Shout out to Darnell Jackson. As you can see, I'm in a different environment. Somebody say scope creep, distractions, work was killing me. I did not even have time to set up my own situation. I said, honey, I'm so tired, but the show must go on. So this is why the strategy sip is so important. And if you're still sipping, you know how I feel. You can drink whatever it is you want. If you got that tea, go ahead and get that tea. You got that water with a little bit of lemon and a little bit of lime. I mean, if you like seltzer water, I'm not mad at you, but why? Why does it exist? And if you are over the age of 21, you know that I say you definitely can drink responsibly, okay? Drink responsibly. So thank you for taking that strategy sit with me. And listen, mute the room. Yeah, you heard that? You heard that silence? Mute the room. That's the move that we're going to practice today. Identify the single biggest source of noise or distraction in your life right now. Whether it's a group chat that leaves you feeling drained, or that group chat causes you to spend more time in the group chat than, I don't know, and you writing your book and you straightening up, cleaning. Let's not always make this so deep. It don't always have to be so deep. It doesn't have to be something in corporate America. It doesn't have to be. Sometimes you know that the group chat keeps you from cleaning out the dishes in your sink. And that is a part of your purpose, to have a clean house. Huh? That's a part of my purpose. I want to have a clean house, okay? If you have to leave the group chat, if you have to look at a project that you've accepted and say, hey, yeah, I thought I could do it, but it's actually not mine to carry. It's not mine. If you have a task that you've just outgrown, you have to look at that for the next 14 days, because you know you see me every 2 weeks. So in the next 14 days, I want you to put it in them and whatever it is, okay, on do not disturb. I put my phone on do not disturb every single day. I get up, I'm an early riser. Sometimes I'm up at 5. Sometimes I'm up at about 5:36. But between the 5 and 6 a.m. hour, I am awake. My phone is on do not disturb from the time I wake up until about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. my time. And that works. The only people that are getting through is if you got that code to that gate, if you're on that emergency bypass. And that's only 4 people on emergency bypass, 5. 5 people get through, okay? I only had a very, very, very limited number of people that can bother me or disturb me while I am working, because I am at work. You all have to get intentional about your time and about your space, about your peace, all of those things, because it will distract you from what your destiny is and what your true purpose is in life. So hashtag mute the room. All right? Mute the room. And you know, I cannot leave you all without the word. Can't leave you all without the word. And you know, it's funny. I was looking at the show. A couple weeks ago, because I always critique myself. That is a big thing when you have a project of any sort. You go back and you talk about how horrible how horrible it was, how you could have done so much better, and all of the things. And I did that. I saw some things and I was laughing, because typically I would just copy and paste my words. Like, I'll throw it into Google, get an ESV if I'm not typing it straight from my Bible. And I looked at that Bible verse, y'all, last week, and I said, that is not what the ESV version says. So I'm pulling it up right now. That's why I'm looking down. I'm not going to play around or going to read from ESV. So I pulled it up. I got it pulled up so I can look at it and I can read it with you all. We're going to be in Nehemiah 6. Okay? Nehemiah 6, verse number 3, friends. And I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and come down to you? Oh, wait, let me read it again. Because sometimes when you read it out loud, when you hear somebody reading it to you, it sounds a little better, okay? Especially when you dig into the word, okay? And I sent messengers to them saying, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and come down to you? So look at the strategy in that response, friends. Now, Nehemiah was up on the wall, okay, rebuilding. Okay, he is up on that wall, rebuilding the wall. And that was something massive for his people. Rebuilding that wall. Sanballat and Tobiah sent 4 different invitations trying to get this man to come down from what he was assigned and tasked to do. Right? Why am I coming into the plane of Ono to meet with you? Why am I doing that when I told you that I'm rebuilding this wall? Look, they tried to create a distraction disguised as a discussion, but Nehemiah didn't even argue with them. He didn't enter a debate. He didn't discuss all the schedule that I have and the blueprint and the timeline that I have. He didn't even offer a long explanation. I mean, when you dig into the text, you got to realize that this is, I mean, they were some gangsters, okay? And there were some gangsters for sure in the Bible, because he was not giving you a lot of words. He simply identified that coming down from off of this wall that I am on will cause my primary work to cease. Period. That was the answer. At the period point and then the blank, okay? Stop coming down off of your walls to negotiate with distractions. Every time you entertain an outside opinion, an unaligned obligation, or a scope creep demand, you freeze the progress on your divine assignments. You are doing a great work. Let that sit and resonate with you. The ideas that you had, you wanted to restart, you wanted to rebuild, you wanted to get back into. Oh my gosh, I dropped that ball last year, so I still got time. If you're breathing, you still got time. So tell the noise, tell the opinions, and tell the clutter that your hands seem to find that you can't come down. I can't come down off of this wall. Period. Remember, guys, you are fierce, rooted, aligned, nurturing souls. This was another great time together. I will see you all. What Saturday will I see you on? Yes, the 4th Saturday. Thank you so much. You all be blessed. Peace.
Everything that you're saying is really making it harder to deal. Keep your mouth off me. Step away from the fun house. There's not a day when you aren't on my mind. I get some quality time.